Well, as we heard earlier, there's been a major outage at Victoria's largest power station. Hundreds of thousands of Victorians are still without power, but there's also been an impact on price. The wholesale price of electricity in Victoria shot up to $16,600 per megawatt hour this afternoon. And you compare that at exactly the same time in South Australia, the price was negative $100 per megawatt hour, and in Queensland, the price $60. Now, my cost of living panel joins me now, Chief Economic Advisor at Judo Bank, Warren Hogan, and the unconventional economist at Macro Business, Leith Van Onselen. Welcome to you both. Warren, I mean, it's not just an inconvenience, but this is a massive explosion of cost in Victoria this afternoon.
Yeah, and it also highlights just how fragile the transition is going. It will be managed in the wholesale space, and hopefully, apart from the effects on people's supply in the short term, the price effect will ease off. But it does highlight these risks that we're facing in this energy transition.
Yeah, Leith, we speak often about the impact of energy policy on productivity. But, when you look at this would have had a major impact on loss of productivity today, with businesses and homes losing power right across Victoria, plus the delay for millions of commuters.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, as Warren said, we've got a lack of capacity. So basically, we got the base load power and coal got knocked out, and we didn't have reliable firming power to then pick up the slack. And one of the biggest disasters this country's done, on the East Coast at least, is we've made firming power, namely through gas, incredibly expensive and in shortage, when we've actually got an abundance of gas because we've decided to sell it all offshore. And we've basically forced ourselves into paying international prices. So this is just basically the thin edge of the wedge. And basically we've engineered a energy crisis, energy shortage in one of the most energy-rich nations on earth, and it's a deplorable policy.
Now, the Reserve Bank is warning that while inflation pressures have eased, more needs to happen to achieve rate cuts. They say this includes a decline in persistent price pressures in the services sector. So, Warren, what exactly needs to happen here before we do start to see interest rate cuts? And do you think that'll happen later this year?
Yeah, look, I think we got a nice little wake-up call from the RBA governor and others last week. We still have domestic inflation running around 4 to 5%, and although that's off the high point, it is still well above their target, and it can be sticky and slow to come down. And more importantly, if it doesn't come down all the way before the economy has an upswing again, we could go all the way back to sort of 6 or 7% inflation. So we've still got a lot of work to do here. And I think talks of rate cuts, there's been a lot of cold water poured on that by the RBA governor.